I want to start off just by saying my thank yous or whatever. So first, I just want to thank Vicky. Vicky!
Vicky!
Yeah, Vicky.
Yeah, Vic!
I want to thank her not just because, she pulled my application and stuff like that, but if y'all notice, every little thing that y'all need, pens, small stuff like she brings in the coffee, stuff like that, like every little thing I asked her for. Like it was one time I had glue on my pants and she fixed my problem and got the glue off my pants. So it's just every little thing that, revolves the office, she's there and she helps. So I just want to thank her for that. Second, I want to thank Fate. I want to thank Fate because...
Yeah, Fate!
Talk to her. She first got here, she would give me the best advice ever. Like even personal things, I could trust her with telling her personal things that was going on in my life. And she just was always motivating me throughout the whole time I was production, before production. She was always talking to me and just giving me motivation that I need that really helped me. Like talking to me, here. So that's why I want to thank her. Next I want to thank Micaiah.
Yeah, Micaiah.
I remember the first week of production, she started showing me like her prelims and she showed me her checks and stuff because I wasn't really seeing the money that I wanted to see. But she showed it to me and she was like, I'm like looking at it, I'm like, oh well, it is possible. She was like basically saying like, even Fate, going back to you, they were saying like, how are you going to make money if you're not even here? Because if some of y'all might not know like some of the hours, but when I first got here, the people that was here, when I got here, like y'all know I wasn't really coming to work, I would be absent. So how am I supposed to make money if I'm not even here? So they just gave me advice on like, just come, Next I want to thank Anna.
Yeah, Anna.
The reason why I want to thank Anna is because she works with me in the territory, like she's on my sector. So she actually works with me in the territory. Some of y'all don't even know it was a time where I was in my second week of production and I felt like I just couldn't do it. Like I was like, say I had stuff going on at home and I was just like, yo, I don't even know why. Like I'm just like, yeah, I ain't gonna get this promotion. Like I'm just not gonna get it. So I sat on the step and started crying. And she stopped herself from knocking on doors. She saw me crying. She came over to me and she sat there for like 5 minutes and literally talked to me and helped me stop crying. And best believe after that conversation, I got the meters I needed to do to get my promotion.
Joe.
Second to last person I wanted to thank is Brandon.
Yeah, Brandon.
So on my first week of production, it was just a 4-day week or whatever. So I didn't really feel like I had enough time to really get the 20 meters I wanted. And I'm just not adamant on going out on the weekend, especially by myself. I just don't like to go out by myself. But Brandon, he was like, all right, I'll go out with you. Like, we'll go out and we'll get your 3 meters so you can be in your first week of production.
Juice.
And last but not least, I want to thank my leader, our manager, Demetrius.
Yeah, D.
I want to thank him because literally, I was just on some bullshit with the job. I was just doing a lot of stuff that I wasn't supposed to be doing. I was giving a lot of excuses, and he still saw that potential in me and still continued to reach out. Like, he could have honestly just been like, there's a bunch of other people here. He could have been like, you know what? I don't gotta worry about her. There's other people that really want to work and make the money. But he still was like, no, I see something in her, and I believe that she can do it. So I'm still continue to put my attention and my effort into try to, seeing that she moved forward with the business. So I just want to thank him for still believing in me. So, what was I doing before Mpower? I can't even say really what I was doing before Mpower because I never had a steady job. Like my taxes from 2021, I had so many W-2s coming in the mail, it was ridiculous. Like I had a job like every month, and that's not really something I'm proud about. But I just, in my head, it's like if I didn't like something about a job, I just quit. Like one little thing, I just quit. I didn't want to do it. I'm like, I'm not about to do it. So I didn't really have a steady job. Like before this particular job, I was a receptionist, but at an apartment complex, and like it was just terrible. Like everybody was just, it was just terrible. Like it wasn't like this setting. Like it was only two people in the office, and she was just she was giving me all her little work she didn't want to do, and I had to deal with the tenants at the place, and it was ghetto, saying, yeah, my sink is messed up, and I need this fixed, and I need that fixed, and I asked to get this fixed yesterday, and I'm like, yo, I'm only one person. Like I don't know. I put your work order in. They said they would fix it. They didn't fix it. I just didn't like it. And, I got paid every week, but it wasn't really the money that I wanted to see. Mm-hmm. It was a bad commute. I just didn't like it, so I quit. But I worked at like UPS. I worked at Shake Shack. Got fired from Shake Shack. I worked at Acme. I was just working everywhere, any which way. Just any place that was giving me the job, I just was working. I wasn't going to college. I went to Temple, but I didn't even finish the first semester. I ended up flunking out because I was just so stressed out. I had to pay for my own tuition. On top of that, I had 2 jobs while I was going to Temple. I just wasn't able to go to class on top of doing my studies. It's embarrassing, but I did flunk out and I just didn't go. But I want to go back, but we'll see what the future holds. My first day, I had like really bad anxiety. So I didn't know how I would feel. Like it's different, like, if you work as a cashier, they're coming to you. That's not really, but me going to somebody's house and like talking to multiple people on purpose every day, I wasn't even feeling it. And I went out with D on my first day on the field on the iPad, and I was just like, nobody was coming to the door for like a good 2 hours. I don't even know what it was. Nobody was coming to the door. So the anticipation was just getting worse and worse. I'm like, yo, when is somebody gonna come to the door? When somebody finally came to the door, I did my pitch, everything was fine, but I finally got a bill. When I got the bill, I froze. She gave me the bill, and I was about to break down the bill, and I just started looking at it like this. And I'm just like, and I look back at you, and he's like, I'm thinking he's about to step in and help me. He like, and I'm just like, oh, okay, so let me, I'm like, yeah, so, yeah, I was just like, yeah, so can I just get your number? And she's just like, no. And I was just like, dang. He's just like, that's great. That's amazing. So next door, let's go. I stepped in poop that day. Mm-hmm. I was upset about that. It was just terrible. That next week, I ended up getting sick. Like I had a swollen face, like I had an allergic reaction. My face was swollen for like a week and a half. So I wasn't able to come to work. So now I'm like, this is a bad impression. I just got this job, and I'm already calling out for like a week. Like this does not look good. But he was very understanding because I showed him my doctor's notes and everything. But like I was just more stressed. It was just more stressful for me. But one challenge that I had to overcome was my attendance. That I did overcome. Y'all see me more. See, I haven't been, So, but I literally was, like, for people who knew when I first started working here, I was not coming, and that was bad. Like, it got to the point where I was on the verge of being fired. Like, he was telling me, like, the company is looking at this, I can't help you for so long, what I'm saying? I can't stick up for you for so long, you gotta come to work. But I was like, you know what, yeah, I'm coming, because at the end of the day, me not coming was losing out on my money. And that phrase, money don't buy happiness, it buys my happiness. So I wanted my money. Yeah. My next goal as a JTL is I want to start building a team, and I want to make a minimum of $1,000 a week. I'm not going big now. I'm thinking bigger. Let's at least say $1,500.
True.
One tip I would give, or a couple tips I would give for FRs or whatever. Just to keep it a bean, Philly language, Mpower is not for everyone. Like, and that's just it. Mpower is not for everyone. I feel like you have to figure out what you want. I would say figure out what you want, because you're not going to be devoted to any job if that job is not meeting the needs of what you want and what you need. So if you don't know what you want, then you're just here at that point. You don't have no goals, you don't have, even if what you want, if this was your first job, if what you want is just to see what a job is like, or to see whatever it is, just find what you want so you could apply that to the job and see if this is a place you want to be at. I would say, even I'm still working on this, but you have to have the discipline to want to knock on doors. Because throughout the weather, throughout just the territory, like if the territory is, maybe predominantly white, or you just like, yeah, these people, they don't care about, they pay the bills. You can't think like that, because then that's just going to be like, you're going to think, or maybe it's predominantly, a little urban, a little ghetto, people might say. And if you think like, oh, nobody care about this, then you also, that's just a bad mindset. You just have to have the discipline to keep knocking on doors no matter what territory or weather. And I'm still working on that, because if it's cold, I just be like, yeah, I'm not knocking on no door. I'm about to go to a poppy store, and I'm about to just sit in there until I'm warm. Also, I would just say, talk to your leader. Like, I feel like people, y'all wait till y'all leader comes to you and talk to you about the problems. Your leader is probably not going to always be with you knocking on doors, because they're going to be knocking on their own doors. Like, they don't know you 100%. They only know what they see. So you know yourself. So if you have things that you want to work on, and like, you have to work on them things, just go to your leader and be like, listen, I want to work on this. Or even if it's don't be rude about it, but even if it's how they're teaching you. Like, hey, I don't learn this way. Can I have a different way of learning? Because my problem was, my leader was the manager, so he was just always busy and stuff like that. So I just felt like my stuff was not as important as what he got going on and stuff like that. So I just didn't really say what I needed or what I wanted. But I learned once I actually came to him and told him what I wanted, I actually got the responses and the advice that I need. So just go to your leader. And remember, the basis for the no's, the commission is for the yes. So you still get paid for being here. And if you get no's, it's okay. Like, everybody's gonna get a no. And I'm done. Any feedback, any questions?
No, you're amazing.
Eric.
What was your like burning desire like once you like you said like you always like your attendance was low. Like what was your burning desire to keep going? Like besides like people in here, like what was it like your mindset? Like what did that like sometimes you just think to yourself like, yeah, I have to do something different. Like I gotta change like because everything like once you think like all the odds are against you, you gotta make a change. Like
Right.
what was the burning desire like?
Like I said, you have to figure out what you need or what you want. So I had personal issues where it was like moving issues where I needed to find somewhere to stay and stuff like that. And me not coming to work was making me lose money, and which I needed money to help with my personal things. So I'm like, let me come to work and see the money. And I'm like, yo, once I see like an actual $1,000 check on my prelims and stuff, I'm like, yeah, I'm actually making money here. You know what I'm saying? So like that was my desire, just like the personal stuff I had going on at home, I needed to make the money. And no other job that I ever had, I've never seen $1,000 on a check before. So, especially in a week. So I was just like, yeah, I'm staying here. This is what I want to do, and I want to do it. So,
Chose.
This wasn't a question or anything. I just really liked the tip that you gave to the FRs about coming to their leaders. And like, as you come into a leader, you're gonna realize like sometimes you're not gonna know what your guys need, and like it does help for them to ask. So I just implore everybody in the room, if you have a leader, even if you're me, the Brandons, the Pastor Carls of the world, like still come to your leader. Because I call D all the time. I'm probably the most annoying out of all the JTLs because sometimes you need what you need. So that's good that's what took you to the next level. I'm proud of you.
Chose.
So right now you hot. How you gonna stay hot?
Oh,
You gonna keep running?
I mean, I don't like being average. So right now, I feel like this is what I'm doing right now is average JTL stuff. So I don't want to be average. So that's how I'm gonna stay hot by not wanting to be average.
Chose.
I like how you you keep going no matter what. Like that's the mentality you gotta have. You feel me? Like I like how you have the mentality. Not everyone thinks like that. You feel me? Like you always gotta come outside your comfort zone to be comfortable. You feel me? So good thing. Good job.